Good morning, Sports Life and Laughter, January 11th, 2020. 2020. Oh, did you hit the thing with the twirl? Did you twirl into the thing? Did you twirl into the thing? Did you twirl into the thing? Keep twirling. Just keep twirling. Keep going. Twirl. Twirl, twirl. What's up, everybody?
Chef, you are in the building.
Ready, Freddy.
But again, twirl into greatness today.
Twirl into greatness.
Stay tuned.
Keep twirling, honey.
You guys make an opportunity. Alright, we get ready for the show. We should come on in.
Check it. Whew. It took off in a minute.
Yeah, we can turn the light off and I can just use my little light right here.
Oh, here we go. The bougie approach. Yeah, she got a spotlight over here. Spotlight. See, you can see me now. Hey, what's going on? We got a spotlight. Everybody ain't able. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't able. One of these days. Keep saying my prayers, drinking my milk, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
100.1.
Hey.
That's the champ.
On Heaven 100.1, 1390 AM, and now streaming on heavenradiofm.com.
Good morning, Chucktown. It's Sports Life and Laughter. I'm Coach Mike.
And I am, says the champ.
The champ is her. The champ is her. And Chef is right here. We gonna make that happen. Make sure that happen. You know what, Chef? If they find you, I got it, big guy.
You got it?
I got it, man. Just send the bill to me. Send it to me.
All I want is enough to get a flag and a whistle. So y'all start to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, see, the whistle's for the basketball, and the flag is for the football.
Okay. See, basketball should have flags, right? Wouldn't that help things out? People know. You have to just add some more elements to it, man. Yeah.
Get into that one.
Penalty box, right? Instead of free throws, you have like a block shot competition in the lane.
Very petty.
You just drive and you gotta try to dunk on somebody. Says, I got a question for you too. I got this question written down. You ready? I got a question for you. That's one of them gotcha questions too. You ready? You ready? No, come on, man. You gonna answer the question?
I don't know what the question is.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
When you have dreams about basketball, do you dream about dunking the ball?
No.
Or have you ever dunked the basketball?
I tried to dunk it in high school and
But it was in your mind, right? You thought it was possible when you tried it?
no, I tried to
Like but when you're dreaming, you don't dream, I take somebody out the dribble and I just dunk on them in the lane. You play against guys in your dreams?
No, I played against guys growing up.
No, I mean in your dreams.
No.
See, it's in my dreams. I'm going somewhere with this, man.
You gotta find it, man.
Golly, she having regular dreams. She having an average game in her dreams. Like, I had 10 points and 3 assists, but the team won. That's how much of a coach she is. She ain't even a super, like, for real. Like me, I had like 35 tackles. I scored touchdowns. I ended up coaching on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like her, she had 2 assists and did a good job clapping people up from the bench. Like we had a good job and the team won. That's how. Huh? Well, after the game's decided, you know what I'm saying? You already called the shots and did everything you need to do because, Bron don't score everything. He can score every night. right? He get the team involved. If he don't need to score, then he kick it off and he play good defense.
Every point. Now you got another champ trying to score every point.
She was like McHale. She's more like a McHale player. The black hole.
Oh,
He's like, give it to her. You might as well just start getting the rebound. Just go block out right now. Like, for real, that question didn't enter my mind, for real. Like, when you dream, was it like you doing something other than what you already did, which was so awesome anyway?
Well, I mean, my dreams were like, they were different.
Mm.
They were very different. They were more so trying to correct the things that I didn't do right.
Look, such a fundamentally sound and responsible player.
But
man, golly.
But I envisioned. I didn't dream it, but I envisioned myself doing something like that.
Okay. See,
there's a difference. I didn't have to go to
that's
sleep.
That's just a whole different level right there.
I'm just saying.
Like, you stay awake and have tremendous dreams.
You
right
have
now.
to see it. You have to see it with your eyes open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I didn't have to dream it. I just had to envision it.
Okay. I like that.
That's a part of my business. Envision your destiny.
Whoa. Envision your destiny, then.
That's all you have to do. Envision it and walk it.
wow.
I like it.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it. I want more of it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Man,
hey,
what a way to start the show,
paying
man.
attention to sports, since we got some kind of not off the radar, but it's big time. Serena Williams. Like, I was watching, and I went past a tournament that was going on. She's in the finals of the Auckland Classic.
Right.
And she's playing like right now. I think the game just started right now.
Right.
And it was like crazy to see her still doing it at such a high level. The girl that she beat last night, they were saying that she wasn't born the first time Serena won her first major or her first big chunk tournament.
Wow.
So, she dusted her off 6-1. So she taught her a little bit of a lesson, spanked her a little bit, and sent her on home. And it was crazy. She could have played against her doubles partner, and that's Caroline Wozniacki. And they're in the finals in doubles, and she was in the semifinals on the other side. So they could have been facing each other today and then playing together whenever they play the finals for the doubles, man.
Wow.
So they both were just
What
killing
I
it.
like about Serena is her game face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, her game
But,
face. Her game face is awesome. I love her game face too. That's the only
I'm
thing
that
I'm
person
looking at.
that looks
Game
at
face.
the preparation phase. The game time is easy. You
Yeah.
can compete once you've mastered the preparation phase. And for her, like opposition, when I say opposition is her motivation,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, she gets
love it.
intense, yo.
She gets
She
intense,
gets
and
intense, yo.
and she really wants to prove the naysayers wrong. So I love that about her. And if I don't care what sport it may be, we talk about sports, life, and laughter. It don't matter what sport it may be. Look at her game face. Look how she's prepared, and look at how she's we call it in the zone, because her in the zone is based off of the negativity that people have said about her. They expect her to fail.
Yeah.
And because of her age, and she's been doing it for so long, when a person keeps winning and winning and winning, a lot of times they start to just feel like they're content.
You're comfortable.
No. But the naysayers are the ones that motivate them to continue to win.
I mean, all she's been through, man. She had blood clots. She had a baby.
Yeah.
Came back. She's still dominating,
Yeah.
and all that comes from resiliency that I think that was fostered by somebody who, like, a lot of people don't say it, but Richard Williams is like a role model, man.
yeah.
That guy picked up books and tapes and went and taught his kids something that he didn't know until he got the knowledge of it by acquiring it himself. Like that's exactly what it is I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now I heard a guy say, if you're willing to get your teeth kicked in, he started talking about getting beat up. And he said, the story of how Richard Williams had his daughters out there trying to train on the tennis court. They were selling drugs, and they said, you know what? No, I'm taking this away from you. We're gonna keep doing our business. You're gonna get out of here with that nonsense. And he said, I'm not leaving.
Right.
And he was willing to go out there and really, literally, get his teeth kicked in to have a better future for his family and his daughters and himself. Like, if you're willing to do something like that, that's when obsession has taken course, and everything that you're doing is going to, amount to exactly what you want, man. You got to impose your will a lot of times on the dreams that we go after. And, that was kind of part of the thing I was trying to get to. It says asking her about a dream. Like, watching the people that we get to coach on a daily basis and going through some of the scenarios we have to go through as teachers and as mentors to people, you see them have a void of that. They don't have a dream. They just try to get through the day and take every consequence that comes just as it comes. And I try to tell my kids and my kids at school that, don't just go through the process. Don't go through it. Don't just go through it. You have to grow through it. You have to learn something from all the experiences that you have. And we keep experiencing some things that reoccur. Like, you get consequence for doing something. Okay, I understand what that consequence is, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it makes me a cool person. It makes me it takes something off of the lack that I have, and it makes me look like I really do have something that I might not even want, but it makes me look like that. And I'm going somewhere, Chef. Some things have happened in the last couple of weeks that it's been crazy to me, man. How you got people that say they want something so bad. I want to go to college. I want to do better for my family. I have a kid at home. I want to just be great at something. Then you present them with what it is that it takes to have that, and to see them just turn and start back in the opposite direction. It's disheartening sometimes, man. And you got to keep telling yourself, who it is you're doing things for and why you really are put on this earth, and how to continue to try to pour something into a situation where you're like, I don't know if this is working. You know what I mean?
The thing is also with that, I like that you brought that up, but a lot of times people can want a lot of things. Again, you got to work for what you want.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to put the work in, then you don't want it that bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you put the work in, the work requires you to get uncomfortable.
Yes.
And if you're that type of person where you're afraid or you have a fear of being uncomfortable, the stage of being that area of being uncomfortable is the area of growth. The area of uncomfortable is that area where it allows you to propel out of that place where you're not happy. You want to grow. But if you really want to grow, you got to understand growing takes it's another level. You think about a plant. A plant is like, you got a seed that's in the ground. It's in the ground. You keep watering it. You keep watering it. And now all of a sudden it becomes visible because you didn't know that seed was in the ground. And when you water that seed with action. The action is the water that allows you to burst out of the ground. And you got to understand, when you start growing, you don't remain at the level of being on the ground or under the ground. You remain higher than the ground. So it's when you really want to grow in something, it doesn't matter what it is about life. When you really want to grow, it becomes uncomfortable because that burst between the ground, being rooted in the ground and coming up out of the ground, that's the phase of being uncomfortable. And that's a phase of new life. Because again, you can't see anything underground. But you can see a whole new different vision when you get above the ground. And you can get higher and higher and higher. But if that person does not want to grow, they'll be content. Oh, yeah. I'm going to back you up just a little bit. You talk about being planted, being underground, having dirt on you. If you get a plant like a acorn, say an acorn, you put that acorn inside the bathroom. Right. You can sit that acorn there for 100 years, and all you'll have is that one acorn. But if you take that acorn out and you put it in the ground, and you put that water and put those nutrients into it, you can produce a forest. Like how many, I heard a question, hey, how many apple seeds are in an apple? You can count those out quick, right? You might have 10. How many apples are inside that apple seed? Like you grew an orchard from one apple seed, in theory, you understand? So I think the stuff that we try to impart on these kids and the wisdom and knowledge and all the experiences we try to give them, it's that dirt, it's that nutrient that grows those forests from those one little seed that you put down. And I guess it's like a revelation right now, thinking about all the kids that you see, all the people that you talk to that go and do opposite of what you would think they would do. And that one kid that you don't get a chance to talk to, I think that's like that acorn that's sitting in the bathroom that I got to realize what I'm thinking about right now. And everybody, I think, needs to realize, start working on those good kids. Like, give them a whole lot more attention than when they've been getting. And I'm saying that just because I'm thinking about the classes that I teach. I got some kids that, they never say anything. They always move when you ask them to move, and they do pretty much everything you tell them to do. And you have to focus so much on the opposite and trying to work that out.
The X and O's are very important to you. The rebounds and layups are very important to you. What is the ultimate goal that you all are looking for in every kid when it's all said and done? And I'll start with you, Mike, then I'll come to you.
Success.
X and O's are important. What is that ultimate goal?
Just the knowledge of self-worth. That's what I think. Like I really do like to see the motive, the inspiration. I refuse to say motivation, the inspiration when somebody gets it about themselves. And you talking to a kid about their potential and you telling them something that they didn't know, and the spark that comes when they finally get it, like, I can do that too. And just because I saw somebody outside myself do it or somebody in a different circumstance do it doesn't mean that I'm stuck where I am. I can be a whole lot better. I can do a whole lot more than even I think I can when you get the knowledge of something. So seeing that spark of knowledge and that inspiration come into somebody's eye and seeing them go after what they said they wanted to go after with that knowledge and the understanding what they have to do, and they still accept it and go for it. And that's what I want. Like when I'm talking to a kid about what the training method needs to be, you need to lift this, you need to run this, you need to go and practice this, and you look out the window and you see them doing it on their own, that's what I'm looking for. Ultimately, the wins would be awesome. State championship, making it to the next level as a coach, getting a whole lot more money would be outstanding. But the thing that I value the most at this point, and I think I'll never, put that aside, is when a kid comes back and say, you inspired me to do something. I went out and did something. Now I got a family. I can show them how to do it. And that's that extra, that forest that comes from that one little seed that I planted a long time ago.
Wow. Rebounds and layups. Coach Champ, talk to us.
It's not about the ending process is, out of everything that I've done as far as coaching, seeing them walk across the stage, graduating. But it's not even, it doesn't stop there. What are you doing after that? To see certain kids, I've coached plenty of kids throughout my time. And to see those kids graduate high school and to remain in contact with those kids, whether they're adults, building a family, has a career now, and those who are getting ready to graduate, I still have ties with a lot of kids, to see the after effect, because the sports is teaching them about life skills. It's you see sports, you think competition, but life is a competition. Life is a competition when you're trying to get a job, when you have to deal with opposition, you got to deal with challenges, this, that, and the other. And you have to deal with being uncomfortable, because again, you learn new things. What are you going to gain from those new things that you learned, and how are you going to be successful with achieving, not being defeated by those challenges that you face? And I when you asked me that question, I started thinking. I had a kid that people gave up on when I was teaching at Baptist Hill. When I say people gave up on him, they thought that he would never amount to anything, because we have those kids that deal with certain learning disabilities. And they gave up on this kid. And they didn't think he would do anything. He had a bad attitude. He had anger issues, all these things. But you have to be able to have that ability to connect with a child. This kid, he graduated high school. He's in the military. And every year, I don't care, during Christmas time, every year he comes home and he's adamant about seeing me. Regardless if I'm busy or whatever, even if he's about to get on the road, he's like, look, Champ, I'm getting ready to go on the road. Like, I need to see you real quick. And he just said, I want to see you and make sure you're okay. And he wanted to say thank you. Every year I get a thank you from him. And he's an adult now. But he's in the military. And to hear his dad, tell me, you are that person that has been a blessing to my family because you helped my son become who he is right now. Yeah. That's all I want. I don't care about, the coaching is good. The coaching is a bond that you build with these kids. But the result is, why are you coaching? Am I coaching for a win?
That's the difference.
Am I coaching for a win on the court, or am I coaching for a win in life?
In life.
I'm coaching for wins in life. Wow. But I allow sports to be the storyteller of the path and the journey that these kids have to take in order to understand who they are and accept who they are. Regardless of whatever they're labeled to be, they still can become a different person from that label. So the rebounds, the scoring, that's fun. That's fine. That's fun. Whatever. But at the end of the day, what are you doing after you walk across that stage? Are you home, or are you working? Are you successful?
I want to address this when we come back. Both of you have had a journey, and especially you, Champ. You've done something that a lot of people would have looked at and said was just, she's coaching who? How is the transition of our mind wrapped around it? Coach Mike, you've gone from one program to another. You've been in the military. You've been in the Air Force. You've been in the Navy. You've been in the Air Force. You've been in the Air Force. You've been in the Navy. You've been in the Air Force. You've been in the Air Force. You've been in the Navy. You've been in the Air Force. 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 You've been in another program, yet there's been difficulties.
Yep.
When we come back, I want to talk about it. Your journey. How did you I mean, you graduated from Middleton, went to this college, that college, played at some of the best, but yet you came back and you coached a school that, people would say, why would she go there? She could have gone.
Right.
How do we take that journey? Then for you, Coach Mike, I mean, you from Louisiana, and by the way, Clemson gonna win. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But let's talk about the journey, because let's be honest, guys, this show is okay, but the journey is what's important.
Yes, absolutely. That's well, we'll get into that when you
we'll
absolutely. Once you realize what it is, then you realize what it is. Come back and join us with more sports life and laughter. I'm Coach Mike.
And I am Says the Champ.
The champ is her. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody? Good morning, Miss Stewart. Pookie, what's up, man? How you doing? Tommy Joe, how you doing, brother? Mike Wash, what's up, man? Big Dre, how you doing? Shamika, hello. Good morning, Tish. How are you?
How you doing?
All right, I hope everybody's having a good day today. What I wanted to get into was the thing I was talking about with Richard Williams, man. Are you really willing to get the consequences that come along with you accepting the goal, accepting what it takes to achieve a goal? Like, you willing to get your teeth kicked in for your dream? That's what he did. He took books, he took tapes, he took all the instruction he would get from the best people he could find to teach his kids how to be tennis players, something he never did in his life, but that was a dream that he had, to be successful at that and make them the greatest women's champions ever. And that's what he did from scratch. He went out to a tennis court where they had, taking it over, doing what they doing. And he said, we're going to do something different out here. And they said, no, you're not. And he said, yes, I am. And they said, no, you're not. We're going to do something to make sure you're not. And they kicked his face, man. They kicked his teeth in. So, he was willing to go out there and endure that, keep going through the ostracism of everybody who really wanted it to keep going on, and just chase his dream and go after what he knew was right. So you look at what they produced. I mean, they're billionaires now. They're the face of, a complete sport. They've been in everywhere you wanted to ever be, in every situation they ever wanted to be in. So I think I'm willing to do it. Yeah, I think I'm willing to do it. I want to get my teeth kicked. I want to look like Richard. I want to look like Richard Williams. I don't know. Hope y'all having a good day.
Let's all welcome to the Heaven Radio family, Hampton Vision Christian Center, with Pastor Kevin Brown, on Mondays at 1:30 p.m. on Heaven 100.1 FM, now streaming live, heavenradiofm.com.
Let's all welcome to the airways of Heaven 100.1. It's the Emmanuel Baptist Church of Somerville with Pastor John T. Miller. Their new broadcast time is Saturdays, 7:30 a.m. You can hear them on Heaven 100.1 FM, 1390 a.m., and now streaming www.heavenradiofm.com. The Emmanuel Baptist Church of Somerville and their new time, 7:30 Saturday morning, right here on Heaven 100.1.
At home, at work, in the car, or on your phone.
Take us with you. Heaven 100.1.
Bum, 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 We're back. It's more sports, life, and laughter. I'm Coach Mike.
And I am Says the Champ.
The champ is her. Yes, she is the champ.
Yeah, definitely.
Champ, you're the champ.
champ. She's the champ.
You're a champ. You're a champ.
You know what I wanted to tell her earlier?
What's that?
She was talking about her kids. She looked like she's still in school.
You know what? Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, champ.
Happy birthday, champ.
Champ just turned 23. You know what I'm saying?
And a half,
Still
yeah.
got milk on her breath. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like them teddy bear T-shirts and things.
I was like, Champ, I mean, you know,
You still got them little barrettes in your hair. Little young self.
yeah.
Happy birthday, champ.
Can I just-
Did you it's all out. It's all out. Did you have a good birthday?
I had a great birthday.
Awesome.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Awesome. All right, let's get right back into it. We're talking about the journey.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, we love what we do, Sports Life and Laughter, but the show really, it focuses on the journey because that's what people deals with, the journey.
Right.
And both of you have been through some, let's say, challenges
Yes.
in your career. Let's start with you, Champ, if we may. I know the history, and I want to say thank you because we used to have a basketball league together. The CBA, kind of like, I call it CBA, Church Basketball Association.
CBA. Well, that was official, man. Golly.
But we had a great time, and it was focusing on a lot of the inner city issues. So we played ball in those gyms that were in areas that folks really wouldn't go to.
Right.
But let's talk about it because it could have been, and it might have been, and people may not know. Because it helps people to deal with challenges every day. Now, you being who you are, you went, I'll let you tell it, but you had the opportunity to be a young lady that coaches at not just a rec boys basketball team, but you actually coach a varsity boys basketball team. Let's talk about that journey a little bit.
I've been coaching, at that point I was probably like at year number 10 or 11. And I've been coaching girls for quite some time. And I enjoy coaching girls, to be able to make a difference in their life. And my main thing was, sometimes as coaches, we get selfish mentally. We get selfish where we want to accomplish so much for ourselves through those kids. But my accomplishments that I wanted to accomplish, to reach was, I wanted these kids to do better than I did in high school. That was the main thing. Like, I've done a lot throughout my high school career, but I wanted to see these kids today, be able to do more than I did. And so I remember telling when I coached at Military Magnet, I've coached at James Island. But when I got to Baptist Hill, it dawned on me. It dawned on me when I walked in the gym and I looked at, they had banners hanging. And these banners were like from back in the day. And so I looked at them and I said, okay, we got a talented team. And I had my kids on the first day, come in and I said, y'all look in the Raptors, look at those banners. I said, what's the last date that you see? And at that time it was like 2004. And at that point it was 2011. I said, well, we gotta do something different. So I sat there and I told these kids, I said, I want y'all to accomplish more than I did in high school. And the one thing that I can remember and recall that I accomplished in high school was being named one of the top 5 in the state of South Carolina amongst all classifications, class 1A all the way to 5A, or 4A at that time. We were at 4A, and I told these kids, I said, y'all can do that. They didn't believe it, but I was going to coach you up to that
Plant
level.
that seed though.
Yeah, but I'm going to coach you to that level. And when I coached them to that level, at that time I had 2 girls. During that time of coaching at Baptist Hill, become one of the top 5 in the state of South Carolina. And to be able to attend that banquet, it brought back memories of me sitting on the stage and people seeing that. But I got to see my kids, all that stuff. They were able to do all those things. But when I got a chance to coach boys, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was
Wow.
because, people say, you're a great coach, you're a great coach. It's okay for you to say that, but what is the person, the person within themselves, it's like, can I really do this? And so when I took over that position, I was like, oh, I don't know what to expect. My first year was bad. When I say was bad, we were 4-13.
Right. So you coached the girls at Baptist Hill first?
Yes.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then I went over to the boys' side.
Okay.
And so, the first year was 4-13. And when I say we lost games by 1 or 2 points, I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay. But we got angry. I had everybody coming back that next year. I didn't lose anybody. But we all got on the same page. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, those boys were the ones that got me on their page. It wasn't they got on the same page with Coach. They got me on their page because they were more hungrier than I was. And they were like, Coach, no, don't worry about it. They better watch out for us next year. And when we came out that following year, we were undefeated in our region. We didn't lose any games. I mean, we were winning. we had to face, and the main thing is we had to face the returning state champions, Hemingway. We had to go to their gym. And when I said, you know, they've been a powerhouse for years.
Right.
And that was like the second or third round of the playoffs. And to go in their gym, that was the first time I ever was in a sold-out gym where it was so loud that the kids couldn't even hear me coach them. They couldn't hear anything.
Wow.
They couldn't hear me during the timeouts because it was so loud. It was packed in there. And so that journey right there, the opposition was, you know, you're the only female that is coaching a boys varsity team in the state of South Carolina.
Yeah.
How are you going to accomplish that? I didn't look at it like that, though. I just looked at it as showing up to work the next day and doing what I need to do. And winning was the only focus that we had. And those kids, you know, growing and learning from, you know, me and making deposits as far as understanding the game of basketball, that's all I saw. I didn't care about the accolades. I really didn't, because I don't coach for accolades. I coach for those kids to be, you know, recognized. My recognition came when I played in high school.
Okay.
I don't care about none of that stuff, but what I do care about is the fact that people see them, because they're the ones that's putting in the work. I'm just the one that's yelling on the sideline. So I don't want accolades. I want y'all to acknowledge, and the kids will they can tell you all day long. People will come up to me and say, "Congratulations, coach." I'm like, "No, don't. You go tell those kids that. Don't tell me that. You go tell them that." Because all I'm doing is just yelling, fussing, you know, coaching. But they're the ones that's running up and down the court, exerting that energy. So don't praise me, praise them.
Yeah, man.
And my motto is this also. When we win, the credit goes to the team. When we lose, that's my fault.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
She got it so right.
Yeah,
she got it so right.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
That's just the motto. And then the kid that played under me, they can tell me, I'll take the blame all day. That's my fault we lost. I don't care if you missed the free throw. That was my fault, because I should have corrected that in practice.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something? That's why the game, when you really do, you hear those coaches that win those games because they really are, they do have something behind the scenes that they're doing to make sure they win those games. Like it don't affect them when the outcome ain't what they thought it was, because they didn't do it just to win the game. They did it to build something. Right. They did it to build a culture, build structure, build a foundation, so you can stand on that and then have your best every single night. Like the games, to me, that at this point, until I get to the NFL, like the games don't really affect me like that no more. Because if we ain't practicing right, I don't care what we're doing in the game. If you do it right on accident, that's going to drive you crazy, because you don't know what you're going to get next play. Right. And a couple times I've seen it done like that, where you just do it right on accident, like, oh, hey, we need to keep doing it like this. You don't even know how you did that. You just ended up over there by accident. You know what I'm saying? And the real intentional people, the people that do things for purpose, and the ones that build programs, they know that the win at the end of a game on a Friday night, or a Wednesday and a Friday, or Saturday or Sunday, what basketball does, any other night, like those wins, they do accumulate. They count at the end of the year. They look good on the banners that you put up. But the real win came on those opposite days, when you came 2 times in practices, or you came and you shot 100 extra free throws that day, and you got that form completely right, just because you want it to be that way.
Look.